Good evening. I'm Peter Glovitsky from Mayo Clinic, and it is a real pleasure to participate in the celebration of Professor Kimihiro Komori, Chair of the Division of Vascular Surgery in Nagoya, Chief Director of the Japanese Society of Vascular Surgery, former Director of the Japanese Committee for Stent Graft Management, and a Fellow of the American College of Surgeons. Professor Komori is also a member of the editorial board of the Journal of Vascular Surgery, Vascular Science, and the European Journal of Vascular and Endovascular Surgery. It was more than 30 years ago that I had a chance to meet Dr. Komori when he was still a research fellow at Mayo Clinic. I was also a young vascular surgeon, and it was a wonderful opportunity for us to work together and produce two great research papers that was published in the Journal of Vascular Surgery. It was a pleasure to watch the progress, the academic progress of Professor Komori in Japan, visit him not long ago in Nagoya during his presidency of the Japanese College of Angiology, together with our dear friend, Professor Paul van Hout. At that time, Monica and myself had a wonderful opportunity to meet Professor Komori's colleagues and great students. Not long ago, Professor Komori was visiting professor at Mayo Clinic. This is a picture in the operating room where we worked together with Professor Gustavo Oderich. We also visited the Mayo Clinic Museum. You see Professor Komori next to the first operating table of the Mayo brothers. And then in the evening, we had a wonderful time together with old and new friends from Mayo Clinic. Professor Kimihiro Komori indeed is a brilliant vascular surgeon, a leader in vascular science, a dedicated researcher, a prolific writer with 202 peer-reviewed articles, a great educator, and to me, a dear friend. I wish you, Professor Komori, all the best and everything good in your very well-deserved retirement. Thank you very much.
Dear Professor Komori, dear colleagues, it's a great privilege and honor for me to send this short video message to show my gratitude and respect to Professor Komori. I met for the first time Professor Komori during the annual meeting of our European Society, as you can see in the slide, announcing the visit of Dr. Sugimoto at our Department of Vascular Surgery in Münster. It was the start of many intensive and fruitful scientific and educational activities. Additionally, we exchanged our clinical experiences in numerous meetings in Japan, in Europe, and in the US. Unforgettable for me is the visit of this center at the Division of Vascular and Endovascular Surgery at the Nagoya University. Professor Komori is a distinguished member of many international vascular societies, and he is author of many international guidelines as task 2 and of the global vascular guidelines on the management of chronic limb-threatening ischemia. But also in Europe, we know the Japanese guidelines on management of vasculitis. Well known are also his activities and publications within the Japanese Committee for Stent Graft Management and within the Japanese Society for Vascular Surgery Database Management Committee. In terms of international vascular education, I would like to mention his lecture on treatment of abdominal aortic aneurysm, published as video in Vascupedia, which is an important milestone for accreditation acquirement worldwide. His interest in teaching and mentoring has contributed to the academic growth and development of many colleagues. And as president of the German Vascular Society, I was more than glad to distinguish Professor Komori as corresponding member of our society. It was a pleasure to become acquainted with such a protagonist in our discipline, and these few words are the least that we can say to pay tribute to a great master surgeon and unique teacher. Professor Komori, I wish you for the next future all the best. Bye-bye.
Congratulations, Professor Komori. Hard to believe you're retiring from Nagoya University, where you've served with great distinction as chair of vascular surgery for 2 decades. But that's just a small part of your legacy. You've served in a leadership capacity for several national professional organizations, including most prominently as director of the Japanese Surgical Society. You are a world-renowned physician scientist who has traveled around the globe to lecture and mentor thousands of colleagues. I've been proud to have welcomed you to lecture on several occasions at the institutions that I have led. You are an award-winning researcher who has had a massive influence in our field for over 35 years, publishing more than 370 articles, reports, reviews, and have been cited more than 3,700 times. Thank you for your contributions. It has been so wonderful to have you as a colleague for so many years. Please enjoy your retirement.
Hello, I am John Matsumura from the UW in Madison, Wisconsin. I send warm wishes and greetings to Dr. Komori and all of you as you celebrate his retirement. He's had a profound effect on all of vascular surgery around the world. We've been fortunate to have been professional colleagues for over 2 decades. His publications and research span the gamut from basic science of intimal hyperplasia to the most complex endovascular aortic repairs. We've truly benefited from his insight, knowledge, and his willingness to share that with colleagues around the world. In fact, of over 200 publications, he's had 50 in the international journals of the European Society of Vascular Surgery and the Journal of Vascular Surgery. This is testimony to his wide-ranging impact. But more than the research and the knowledge, I've also enjoyed knowing Dr. Komori as a friend and colleague. He's warm, personable, and always makes that extra effort to renew the friendships and seek the contact that drives our professional well-being. Congratulations, Dr. Komori, on an impactful and wonderful career, and we wish you also great health for a long and enjoyable retirement. Thank you.
Congratulations, Professor Komori. Your brilliant career of over 30 years shows how surgeon scientists are successful and leaders able to make the lives of our patients better. You have taught many people in Japan and around the world what vascular surgeon scientists can accomplish with hard work, tenacity, and teamwork. I remember first visiting you in Nagoya in April 2006. You were kind enough to host my visit as the American College of Surgeons traveling fellow to Japan. Seeing your laboratory and how you created the environment for successful research while being a surgeon and a leader was inspirational. This visit helped me envision how I wanted my career to unfold and develop. And this has led to over 15 years of friendship. It has been wonderful seeing you at meetings in Japan, in the United States, and around the world. Thank you for your kindness and friendship. Thank you for your inspiration, and thank you for all that you have done for our patients with vascular disease who constantly search for better answers and care. Warmest regards and friendship from Alan Dardick, Yale University, New Haven, Connecticut.